And how about our weather out there? We begin here at 5 o'clock with high winds, heavy rain, and snow in the Gorge and Cascades. We're getting a dose of wintertime weather that's resulting in both celebrations and headaches. Thank you for joining us. I'm Laurel Porter. Our recent storms are great news for ski season, but have also caused power outages and issues on the roads. Joe Ranieri has a roundup of the weather impact around the region.
Since this past weekend, heavy snow showers have been nonstop for the mountains.
We need this. We love this. This is what we live for up here.
And government camp is coming back to life with people who can't wait to see the weather change up here.
It's significant for sure. I cleared off my Jeep yesterday. There's already another 1.5 feet on it today, so it's crazy.
But who gets really excited to see the snow this time of year are the people who live in this town.
When we get this much snow before Christmas, it's awesome because the morale is way better here in town. You know, Christmas is coming.
This latest storm also brought snow through the west end of the Columbia River Gorge in Hood River for the first time this fall. They saw about 5 inches overnight.
Such great weather. I mean, I'm enjoying every moment of it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is a blessing.
This time around, the valley didn't see any snow that stuck around, but we saw plenty of rain and wind. There was so much rain that fell overnight Tuesday and into Wednesday morning, it brought down trees and knocked out power. Early Wednesday morning, the Jefferson Street exit was closed off Highway 26 because of down power lines. And take a look at this semi-truck that got stuck in the middle of a landslide along Highway 30 between Astoria and Clatskanie. The highway completely shut down all day Wednesday and possibly longer when heavy rain caused this slide. ODOT says at least 10 truckloads of rock and mud slid onto both lanes of the highway. With more snow in the forecast for the mountains and maybe the valley, folks who are no stranger to winter driving have this advice about driving in winter weather.
Two-wheel drive, bald tires, not the most recommended thing for driving up here, but also patience is key. Patience is key.
And just to be clear, you are a man of the mountain.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're ready to go.
You want to see?
Let's see. Just see. I mean, this shows you how tough this guy is. Look, this kind of weather doesn't scare him.
I got another layer on.
No shirt.
Yeah, let's go.
Hit the lifts, man. Run to the lifts. There he goes. Ski season is here.
No shirt? No problem. There's plenty of snow, and you can see a lot of excitement on Mount Hood right now. Our Drew Carney caught up with that guy at government camp this morning who certainly was happy for the winter weather. Mount Hood Meadows and Timberline have both opened lifts this week, and today Mount Bachelor in Central Oregon also got ski season started. Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino joins us now tracking all that snow. Matt?
Yeah, I'll try to keep my shirt on, but it is a pretty exciting forecast with all of the snow. And Anthony Lakes in Northeast Oregon is going to open this weekend too, so won't be long before everybody's in full operation. Up at Timberline, check this out. In the last 2 days, 30 inches of new snow. The base is right around 5 feet. So it won't be long before all the ski areas in Oregon are under full operation, which is great to see. I'm showing you this picture, our other camera at Timberline, because if you look at the corner right here, you'll see that it is still snowing up in the mountains, and there is a winter weather advisory there. But you look at radar, and it's not a massive widespread area of precipitation like last night, but rather these lines of showers. However, those showers can produce a lot of snow where it is going to snow and then rain below that elevation. You see there's more offshore here. So those will continue to roll on in during the overnight hours. Now, as far as the valley goes, it's really going to be an elevation thing. If you get up above the valley floor, up say 500 feet and above, then yeah, there's a chance of maybe an inch of snow from one of the stronger showers. But for most of us, we're not going to wake up to snow on the grass or on the lawn and sticking snow in the valley. That's not going to happen. In fact, look at the clearing that we're getting out there right now. That's the Reserve Golf Course. It's beautiful and still at 42. We warmed up quite a bit today, but it is going to be snow above 500 to 1,000 feet tomorrow. And up in the Cascades, we have a winter weather advisory continuing overnight tonight. So yes, it is still game on in the mountains, all of the mountains of Oregon. That winter weather advisory through tomorrow morning. Another 8 inches of snow for the valleys. Probably not this time, Laurel.
Yeah, game on. Yeah, there's so much water on the roads, too. Makes driving a little bit difficult in some places. Thank you, Matt. Seattle and Western Washington are getting their share of winter weather, too, right now. Lowland snow's been falling in the city and surrounding areas since yesterday morning. That's also resulted in power outages as well as hundreds of delayed and canceled flights at SeaTac. Today, Portland City Council approved funding for Mayor Wheeler's plan to take on the homeless crisis. About $27 million will be put toward that effort, and that includes building 6 large city-sanctioned homeless camps in Portland. Residents will have access to food, substance abuse treatment, and the camps will have security patrols. The mayor's plan also phases in a ban on unsanctioned camping over 18 months. $21 million of that 27 is coming from over-collected taxes and money not yet spent from Multnomah County's Office of Homeless Services.
The cost of replacing a catalytic converter can be upwards of $1,500, which is a large sum of money, especially for those who live paycheck to paycheck.
As you heard right there, replacing a catalytic converter can be costly. This is troubling since catalytic converter thefts are such a big problem nationwide, and that includes right here in Oregon and Southwest Washington. None of that's lost on an oil change company that's now stepping up to combat the crime. Mike Benner joins us with details. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, hey there, Laurel. It turns out that the mechanics at Jiffy Lube are doing more than just oil changes these days. They're getting into the crime-fighting game by helping us keep and hold on to those valuable car parts on the underbelly of our vehicles.
Once the vehicle comes in, we're going to grab our high-vis, high-temp paint right here.
Inside the Jiffy Lube on Southwest Canyon Road in Beaverton.
We're going to go underneath the vehicle, and we're going to spray the cat.
A mechanic shows us a new service the oil change company is rolling out in hopes of combating catalytic converter thefts, something they're seeing far too often.
Customer comes into the store saying, hey, what's wrong with my vehicle? It's making a bunch of noise, right? We get underneath it and we see that catalytic converter has been taken. And
unfortunately, plenty of people in Oregon and Southwest Washington can relate. In fact, in Clark County, since the start of the year, more than 450 catalytic converters have been stolen. That's more than one a day. In Washington County, catalytic converter thefts jumped from a measly 28 in 2020 to 239 in 2021. And investigators believe that number would have skyrocketed in 2022 had detectives with the Beaverton Police Department not foiled a catalytic converter theft ring over the summer. The suspects accused of stealing $22 million worth of catalytic converters in Oregon, Washington, and California. Some of those stolen car parts ending up as far away as the East Coast.
Younger people and those with lower incomes are disproportionately affected by these crimes. The cost of replacing a catalytic converter can be upwards of $1,500, which is a large sum of money, especially for those who live paycheck to paycheck.
We're going to start with the 1.
And with that in mind, Jiffy Lube is launching the Catalytic Converter Identification Initiative.
3.
In a free 5 to 10 minute service, a mechanic will spray your catalytic converter with a high-temperature paint, then engrave the vehicle identification number on it. This makes the catalytic converter, wanted for its precious metals, utterly useless to a thief.
as a business, we want to do what we can to help the community, especially when we have the facility that really is almost perfect for doing this, right?
Right, but only time will tell if this theft prevention works.
There we go.
What is clear right now is sitting back idly and doing nothing is not an option, especially for the staff at Jiffy Lube, who themselves have been victims of catalytic converter thefts.
And if we can help deter these thefts and help with prosecution, we're absolutely going to do our best.
All right, if you want to take advantage of this free service from Jiffy Lube, all you have to do is go to one of their locations in the Portland, Salem, or Vancouver area. And one more thing worth mentioning, lawmakers are doing what they can do as well. In fact, just this year, the Washington State Legislature passed a bill that tackles catalytic converter thefts. And just this month at the federal level, Senator Ron Wyden, along with a colleague, introduced legislation that does the same. Laurel?
Well, we hope this puts a dent in those thefts. Thank you, Mike. Brazen thefts across Portland, and business owners are tired of it. Just this week, thieves have crashed into 2 businesses to steal things, including an entire ATM machine. Early Tuesday morning, 2 people backed a van through a gas station in Portland's Irvington neighborhood to steal an ATM. It happened at the Fast Track on Northeast Broadway. After getting away with that crime, the suspects stopped in another parking lot on East Burnside where they tried to break into another ATM, and that caused a fire. On Black Friday, police say someone used a car to break the entry door at the Pearl REI store in order to steal clothing before leaving the scene. Portland residents say they're ready for a change.
As Portland encourages small business, they want to see small businesses thrive, but at the same time, the spike in crime is heavily impacting small businesses everywhere.
Police still need help identifying the suspects in the ATM theft at the gas station. That's a distinctive jacket that one thief has on, so take a look at that. If you know anything about that crime, let police know. If you want to look at the crime stats in any area of the city, we have a link in our story at kgw.com.